way through the Jagged Mounts, through the Pass of Krome, the last log of wrath, stand in the bloody aftermath of the war in the wake of the big blue boom blast that had destroyed the old world and led to the future past. Right by Mount Malicecrown with its jagged horns, dragon roamed, and as soon as they passed it on, in on them was sweeping down towards them now from the acid clouds. It was brass about the size of a house Z'Mash. Knew it was probably about to use its breath. Soon fires spewed from its hole down into the pass. The battle of their shields. The Brass Wyrm landed and said, "Turn around or you'll be dead." Some of the Ashlanders were filled with dread, but Z'Mash held up his golden axe and answered, "Brass Dragon, relax. It has come to pass, the massive threat is rising in there. No, the heaven reason I've come from the Ashlands fall. The purpose of speaking at the Dragoncast call, as we need Alazard Dragonghast to assist us all. We might lose everything we have built since last we fought. Luthric as the vanished Travelogue who in the past conquered and laid waste to the vast land of Ashlander and the era of Alazard Dragonghast. The Lord who fought him too when he went there and called him on his least aware and vanquished him of assaults. Wounded him at least severely enough with his ebon sword to lay him nearly dead enough to carry him to fall. Battarank in the dark halls where the mages there performed a ritual which bound his soul to his black staff and sword. Black wrath and grim demise. Through this the Ebon Lord thought he could just bury him in ashen room without a chance of him returning in the future, but no doubt he would return when cultists learned of where his sword and staff were kept. They found a way to grab both them fast. They found their way to Ashen Room where good old Luthric ass was lying dead within his grip and awoke the bluish gas. He slew them in his wrath and raised them up as schools anew, but stayed within the crypt of Ashen Room and grew older and much wiser than he'd been during his life. His cult grew and soon began to search for a soothing wife. Everyone they tried, however, committed suicide. No one could stand the thought of being hooked up with a wife. Out of the blue one night, the old Lord Luthric Ash, the ghoulish bad lord who was banished in the past from the Ashlands, had moved to the Ebon Reach, agreed to move at last from his tomb in Ashen Room to a castle ruined that had sat on cliff peak for a human age without a tad of usage. Was found useless by the Candelarans that had it sitting in the mountains near the Urghul Pass that led to the Blue Desert, then known as the Azure Sands, now known as the Blue Barrens of the Urghul Shogunate. The Shogun Urghul held the vast blue land all the way to the Silk lands of the Silk Tsar Ilmbril Spark, who traded both with Shogun Urghul Elakor and Urghul until he was betrayed by human lords who swore they fought for Elakor, the land of the Eldritch Boar, but in reality swore fealty to the grim ghoul in the gnome who left his tomb in Ashen Ruin and moved to Castle Rimefrost, the ruined fortress after so long a time. Everyone had thought he vanished for good, to nevermore return to the future past, but his blue-gasted lord was building up a ragtag army of all sorts of freaks, cultists, thuglogs, ghouls, monstrous savages he freed from the Uruk deep beneath the tunnels of Cliff B. And soon he sent them all to lay siege to Urghul's keep. Urghul was defeated and swore allegiance to the Doom Herald and the Ebon Lord of that time drew. Banashah the bold and true of Alazander's hill sent a death platoon to Castle Rimefrost to kill the Doom Herald. They arrived and found him chilling on his throne of bones. Luthric asked and turned the slayers all to stone, except for one who returned home to the citadel of Rome in Alazander's hill to tell the tale to Drew the Bold. And Drew then decided just to leave Luthric alone. And since then oddly nothing happened, at least nothing known to those in power in Ebon Reach and the nearby hold of Oldenstone Protectorate, but in the underworlds of both. It said that Luthric as he ruled as the so-called ghost king whom all the criminals would pay with loot and gold, until he really vanished and the fiend Charlak took over the underworlds of Ebon Reach and Olden stole the sober. Truth, it was that Luthric he merely went to slumber within the ashen rune necropolis, again deep under the heaven reach. But now he has returned nearly 100 years after he was last seen when stealing Urghul's thunder. So ponder this brass dragon who's guarding this year past. Will Dragoncast alone be able to withstand the gloomy wrath of the mad Doom Herald who once caused the full collapse of the old era, the greatest realms that humans ever had? The stupid human gas you speak of, so-called Luthric will do best not to mess with Dragoncast, or he truly shall pass from the future past at last. The human Brass Wyrm land, then snarl no one can outmatch our Lich Lord Dragoncast. You're mad to think your dracolich Lord Alazard the Ancient can stand against Luthric. Never fast that I don't mention. Rumor has it Luthric's true Alazard Dragonghast patron line Ashlands and to the Arc feet he had a pact with Battarank and also felt the runic tree of Moonhill Keep a week or so ago. The runes not reach you of the strategy yet. Brass Wyrm who dares block us on our path. Put a pass to address your dracolich Lord Dragonghast. The dragon snarled and shook his head. I haven't heard a thing, but if the ghoul you speak of murdered the Lion King of Surreal, then he's a bigger deal than I had so far thought. And if he really slew Lord Battarank, then I ought to let you pass. You can speak with Alazard Dragonghast, Dragon Lord of Dragoncast. So move humans at last. Through the pass I will spread word, you shall not be attacked. Together we may stand a chance against this Luthric.